that, in recent years, I think especially after COVID, we've seen a rise in how aware people want to be about their bodies, how they are focusing on health and fitness. Has that sort of helped your business grow?
Absolutely. I think it also helped that people knew what DNA was, what RNA was. I think every day on TV, if you heard DNA and you heard saliva, like you heard about a swab. So suddenly after COVID, you didn't have to explain to people what is a swab, right? Because the only thing you have to tell is you're not going to shove it down your nose or your throat. We're going to just get it gently from your cheeks. So it definitely helped in just this basic logistics. But the second thing is that people started hearing all these stories about young people dying of a heart attack and others.
A lot of anecdotal incidents like that, yes.
Many. There have been a lot of rise, and I think people also realize that there are solutions to that. I think it's not enough to know that this happens, but I think what is interesting for people is to say, if we know, can we prevent? And I think COVID really helped because it helps in introspecting and finding out who you are, and therefore we saw that huge change in behavior.
Let's focus a little bit on you as an entrepreneur. I think the fact that you entered genome testing in India at a time when there was even little, awareness around it, you've kind of gone in category creation, right? Which is challenging for any entrepreneur, but in an industry like this, perhaps even more challenging. So tell me why you took the decision to go this way, go this route.
I think, taking risk is in my genes. and I constantly was telling someone about how I write in the night, to understand who I am, right? And if you go through your journey from when you are a child, you can start seeing those behavior. If you write it down, you map it, you will be able to see, what kind of a person you are. And I think that's what I realized, right? Like I enjoy doing new things. And I think that love for this curiosity, I think all of that came from my dad and I'm sure, and my mom as well. My dad was a scientist, so I think constantly did new things, and that joy of creating something, the joy of finding something new was always exciting for me. So I think when we started in 2000, I really didn't know much. I came from IIT Kharagpur. We had worked for a startup, and when we heard that this bioinformatics, and Google wasn't even there, I found that fascinating. The fact that you can decode your software, your own software, I think for me was that challenge is very exciting. So I think if I did something more standard, I would get bored. But there are many others who probably that doesn't work for them. So it depends. I enjoy roller coasters. Not everybody does, right? So
I'm very